Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, uncovering the secrets of our shared human experience. Today, we find ourselves in the land of the rising sun, Japan, as we delve into the fascinating tale of the history of Tokyo, from Edo to modern capital. This metropolis, a marvel of modernity, has a rich and storied past, filled with intrigue, innovation, and transformation. As we begin our exploration, let us transport ourselves to the banks of the Sumida River, where the humble fishing village of Edo first emerged in the 15th century. The year was 1457, during the Muromachi period, when the seeds of Tokyo's future greatness were sown. The landscape was vastly different then, with lush forests and winding waterways dominating the terrain. The air was crisp and clean, filled with the sweet scent of cherry blossoms and the sound of fishermen hauling in their daily catch from the river. We can almost hear the gentle lapping of the water against the shore and the chatter of villagers going about their daily lives. It was during this time that the first settlers arrived, attracted by the region's natural resources and strategic location. Among them were the Oda clan, who would later play a significant role in the development of Edo. The village grew rapidly, with the construction of canals, bridges, and roads, which facilitated trade and commerce. We see glimpses of this early infrastructure in the remnants of old castles and fortifications that still dot the landscape, a testament to the ingenuity and perseverance of the people who built them. As we explore the urban landscape of 15th century Edo, we notice the presence of Buddhist temples and Shinto shrines, which played a vital role in the spiritual lives of the city's inhabitants. The Sensoji Temple, founded in 645 CE, is one such example, its iconic pagoda standing tall amidst the bustling streets of the city. These sacred sites not only provided a sense of community and solace, but also served as important centers of learning and culture, where scholars and artisans would gather to share knowledge and showcase their skills. Key figures, such as Oda Dokan, a Japanese samurai and architect, were instrumental in shaping the early development of Edo. In 1457, Dokan built the first castle in the area, which would later become the foundation for the modern city. His vision and leadership laid the groundwork for the growth and prosperity that was to come. As we delve deeper into the earliest history of Tokyo, we begin to appreciate the complex tapestry of influences that shaped the city's growth, from the humble fishing village on the Sumida River to the fledgling metropolis. Edo was a city in constant flux, driven by the ambitions of its leaders and the needs of its people. The stage is set for a period of rapid growth and transformation, as the city begins to assert its influence over the surrounding regions. And so, dear listeners, as we conclude this first segment on the earliest history of Tokyo, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a new era, one that would see Edo transform into a thriving metropolis, a city that would eventually become the modern capital we know today. Join me next as we enter this pivotal period in Tokyo's development, a time of great upheaval and transformation, when the city would undergo a metamorphosis, emerging as a beacon of innovation and progress, forever changed. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the fascinating tale of the history of Tokyo, from Edo to modern capital. As we enter the 17th century, we see the city undergoing a metamorphosis, driven by the vision of Tokugawa Ieyasu, the founder of the Tokugawa shogunate. In 1603, Ieyasu established his government in Edo, marking the beginning of a new era for the city. The population swelled, and the city's infrastructure expanded to accommodate the growing number of inhabitants. Canals, bridges, and roads were constructed, facilitating trade and commerce. The famous Nakamura River, which ran through the heart of the city, became a bustling hub of activity, with merchants and traders from all over Japan coming to buy and sell goods. One of the most significant developments during this period was the construction of the Edo Castle, a majestic fortress that would serve as the seat of power for the Tokugawa shoguns. The castle's design was influenced by the traditional Japanese architecture of the time, with its imposing stone walls, moats, and intricately designed gardens. As we walk through the castle's grounds, we can almost hear the sound of samurai armor clanking, the rustling of silk kimonos, and the soft chirping of birds in the beautifully manicured gardens. The city's cultural landscape also flourished during this period, with the emergence of a vibrant art scene. The works of famous Japanese artists, such as Hokusai and Hiroshige, captured the essence of Edo's bustling streets, its people, and its landscapes. Their woodblock prints, known as ukiyo-e, provide us with a glimpse into the daily lives of the city's inhabitants, showcasing the beauty and tranquility of the natural world, as well as the chaos and energy of urban life. As we explore the city's neighborhoods, we notice the presence of various districts, each with its unique character and charm. The famous Yoshiwara district, for example, was known for its vibrant entertainment scene, with theaters, tea houses, and brothels catering to the city's pleasure-seeking population. We can almost smell the incense wafting from the temples, the sweet scent of food from the street vendors, and the sound of laughter and music filling the air. The period also saw significant advances in education and learning, with the establishment of schools and academies that promoted the study of Confucianism, literature, and the arts. The famous Shoheiko School, founded in 1630, was one such institution, which played a crucial role in shaping the intellectual landscape of Edo. Scholars and intellectuals from all over Japan came to study and debate the latest ideas and theories, contributing to the city's reputation as a hub of learning and culture. As we delve deeper into this period of Edo's history, we begin to appreciate the complex interplay of factors that contributed to its growth and prosperity. From the vision of Tokugawa Ieyasu to the creativity of its artists, the city was a dynamic and ever-changing entity, driven by the ambitions of its leaders and the needs of its people. As we near the end of this segment, we find ourselves at the pinnacle of Edo's power and influence, with the city having become a thriving metropolis, a beacon of innovation and progress. However, as with all things, this period of growth and prosperity was not without its challenges and uncertainties. The seeds of change were already being sown, and the city would soon face new challenges that would test its resilience and adaptability. And so, dear listeners, as we conclude this segment on the Golden Age of Edo, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a new era, one that would see the city undergo another transformation, as it navigates the complexities of modernity and emerges as the modern capital we know today. Welcome back to our journey through the history of Tokyo, from Edo to modern capital. As we enter the mid-19th century, we see the Tokugawa shogunate facing significant challenges, both from within and outside Japan. The arrival of American Commodore Matthew Perry in 1853 marked the beginning of a new era of foreign pressure on Japan, as the country was forced to open up to trade and commerce with the West. This led to a period of rapid modernization, as Japan sought to catch up with the Western powers. However, this process of modernization also created significant social and economic upheaval, as traditional industries and ways of life were disrupted by the introduction of new technologies and ideas. The Tokugawa shogunate, which had ruled Japan for over 250 years, found itself struggling to adapt to these changes, and its authority began to erode. In 1868, a group of reform-minded samurai, led by figures such as Ito Hirobumi and Yamagata Aritomo, seized power in a coup known as the Meiji Restoration. This marked the end of the Tokugawa shogunate and the beginning of a new era of imperial rule, with the young emperor Meiji at its head. The Meiji period saw a rapid transformation of Tokyo, as the city was modernized and westernized. The old castle town of Edo was replaced by a new modern city, with broad streets, parks, and public buildings. The city's infrastructure was expanded with the construction of railways, ports, and telecommunications systems. However, this process of modernization also had its costs, as traditional ways of life were lost, and many people struggled to adapt to the changing economic and social landscape. The city's population swelled, and poverty, crime, and social unrest became significant problems. Despite these challenges, Tokyo continued to grow and develop, driven by the energies of its inhabitants and the vision of its leaders. In 1889, the city was officially renamed Tokyo, and it has since become one of the world's greatest metropolises, a hub of culture, economy, and innovation. As we conclude this segment of our journey through the history of Tokyo, from Edo to modern capital, we see the city poised on the threshold of a new era, ready to take its place as a global leader in the 20th century. Join us next time as we explore the city's experience during World War II and its remarkable recovery and growth in the post-war period. In the words of the famous Japanese author, Junichiro Tanizaki Tentate, Gane Vaur Sidor, Pabirian, Gawad Show, Overton. Tokyo is a city that has been reborn many times, each time emerging from the ashes like a phoenix. This ability to adapt, to transform, and to renew itself has been the key to Tokyo's enduring success, and it continues to inspire and fascinate people around the world today. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history of Tokyo, from Edo to modern capital. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.